kids, or can you at least bring the kids out to me?
Yeah, we'll have to talk to these officers inside, okay?
We have to be...
Marla, my neighbor, has temporary...
I'm here, Shanna. I'm outside.
Oh, they're going to call you.
You want to get some shoes?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Can I...
Get some shoes.
You want me to go get her shoes?
I'll get your shoes.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Ted Rollins in for Julie this morning. Glad to have you with us on this Friday. That was a bit of the body camera video just released. It is a dramatic development, of course, in the murder case against Microsoft executive Jared Bridegan. That body camera that was his ex-wife being arrested. Shanna Gardner, who also goes by Gardner-Fernandez, was arrested Thursday as a police. Well, they stormed her Washington home to take her in, but as you can see, she kind of. You get the feeling that she knew this was coming, and she was very cooperative as she was taken out to the squad car there. She's allegedly, the state says that she orchestrated the death of her ex by, along with her partner, hiring a man to kill him, all over the kids. Matt Johnson's here. He's been covering this case from the beginning, and Matt, another development in this case that, I'm sure for the family, the Bridigans, this has taken too long, but it kind of was one of those things where we knew this was coming at some point because the pieces of the puzzle make sense now with her also in custody.
So when you watch that, you think that Shanna thinks that, you know, she knew it was coming. Well, that's your take.
I do, because you know, she just seems like her pulse doesn't even go up. I mean, a lot of the times you see people crying and saying, no, yeah, Mom.
Very
like,
interesting.
She looks at her mom, hey, Mom, okay.
We'll show an interview clip with her, too, and then I want your take on that. But police say Shanna Gardner started planning her ex-husband's murder as early as 2015. But in my opinion, and a lot of our viewers, acted very surprised when cops came knocking on her door.
You want to get some shoes?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Can I...
Get some shoes.
You want me to go get her shoes?
I'll get your shoes.
It's going to be the white vehicle back there.
Let us know what you think online. Well, Shanna Gardner arrested in Washington State earlier this month at the home paid for by her very wealthy parents. Gardner had recently moved to that home from Florida around the time that her second husband, Mario Saldana, was arrested in connection to Jared Bridegan's murder. Shanna acting very shocked, according to some in this video, now facing murder charges and child abuse. Here she is, though, in a local interview with Jax News shortly after Jared's murder. Take a listen.
Did you have anything to do with Jared's murder?
No, I did not have anything to do with his murder.
Maintaining her innocence right there. Again, this is more of that newly released body camera video we brought you as breaking news yesterday on Court TV when it was newly released. I also reached out to Shanna in jail to get her opinion about all of this, Ted, to ask if she was shocked, to ask, you know, if she's maintaining her innocence, any sort of reaction. No comment so far.
Ah, darn, I thought you were going to tell us that you had talked to her. Well, she might talk. She's one of those people that might actually, at the end of the day, talk, although she's lawyered up. The reaction from the family, they had to finally be pleased that this has taken place, because they, from the minute this happened, knew it was her, in their minds.
In their minds, yes, and they've waited for a long time. I mean, Kirsten Bridegan, the widow, second wife, she's told us that it's like salt in the wound to have Shanna out free this amount of time. Everyone thinking about the twins Shanna shared with Jared, they were home during the arrest. And again, that's who everyone is really thinking about right now. I spoke with Jared's widow, Kirsten, yesterday, And she echoed the sadness for all of the kids, really, because this is going to be a painful and lengthy trial. Jared had 4 children, 2 kids within each marriage. Here's more now from both Kirsten and Adam's brother, or Jared's brother.
How are the kids holding up? Because the saddest part about all of this is you have 2 children without a father and now their mother too.
Yeah, I would want anyone listening to this just to try to understand the magnitude of pain that this has caused, right? You're talking about amazing children who are now going to had to endure and grieve the loss of their father, who was taken tragically, and now, endure a trial with their mother. It's all around just sad.
Had you suspected that Mario was also involved in all of this?
From very, very early on, I felt, like, obviously I didn't have any evidence, but I felt that Mario Fernandez and Shanna Gardner would be involved.
All right, both of them telling me, sharing this, that, they're just really preparing for what's going to be a lengthy trial. And they also say, they didn't want to comment too much about the breakdown of the relationship that Jared had with the ex-wife, Shanna. But they say that we're going to learn a lot about their relationship during the trial. So buckle up for that.
Yeah, it's just sad because if, she's allegedly involved, if she is, it's just, those kids, to your point earlier, they're the ones that, in her distorted mind, I'm sure is like, well, we're going to fight for these kids because these 2 are battling over custody, blah, 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 blah. Now look.
But there was a lot of weird behavior, too, because right after Jared was murdered, the ex-wife and Mario Saldana, both of them charged in his death, they went on a lavish vacation and posted a lot of pictures, smiling and laughing. Right after Jared's murder that week, within days, hours actually, they brought a gift basket to the home of Kirsten, the widow, and a lot of just strange things.
It's going to be a fascinating trial, absolutely. And again, she's fighting the extradition. Matt Johnson, thank you. Let's talk more about it with Joe Tamburino. He's up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and in Orlando, Florida. Psychotherapist Dr. Janie Lacey. Doctor, to you first. What makes someone think they can get away with murder in this day and age? There's so many people, we see it every day, but this is a classic, if true, come up with this harebrained idea that, and at the end of the day, look, now everybody's either dead or in jail.
Well, when we look at what we're hearing, and I do believe it will be very, very relevant to dig deep into the relationship of both of them, and especially during the divorce, and take all of these factors into place. Because to someone to make a decision that the only way to solve whatever pain or whatever problem that she potentially felt was going on in her life, and the only answer is to take someone's life, right? We're also looking at this deep level of lack of empathy. So if this is someone that you once loved and you built a family with, and now that they are the source or the allegedly source in your potentially distorted way of looking at things, the source of your pain, and the only way is to potentially take them out, right? That's going to show a deeper level of many personality, potentially mental illness. We're considering a lot of types of things in these particular cases, especially the lack of empathy. And if all these things are true, and then we are seeing there's a celebration and all these other things that have occurred after the potential crime, then it's very sad, because what we heard in the interview from the brother is the children lose here. They not only lost the father, but they're losing a mother, and that's where the lack of empathy truly was lost in all of this.
Joe, I just want your overall feelings on this case, but then specifically, why fight extradition within the United States?
I'll answer that last first, which is don't fight extradition. Everybody does it, everybody loses. You're going to be extradited. I don't know why people do that. But going back to the case itself, unfortunately, this is a tale as old as time. You have a small conspiracy. You got Shanna. You got Henry, and then you've got Henry Tolan, and then you got Mario. And what happens? The conspiracy breaks down because when Mr. Tolan was arrested, what did he do? First thing he did is said, I want a deal. And he gets a pretty good deal. He gets second-degree murder. Now, the deal is conditioned upon he has to testify against his co-conspirators. This happens all the time. This is why these types of conspiracy to commit murder or bank robbery or whatever it is mostly fail, because we're dealing with human beings, and when somebody gets in a corner, they're going to think of themselves and they're going to rat on their co-conspirators. We see it all the time.
Yeah, and it'll be fascinating to see if she and her new husband stick together, because that's her only way out. If he takes the sword for her and says she didn't know about it, I did it as a gift because she didn't like the guy, something bizarre like that. But to your point, good luck. Human nature is going to kick in, and everyone's going to lose at the end of the day. Joe Tamburino, thank you so much for your time on this Friday. Dr. Janie Lacey, thank you as well. Enjoy your weekends, and